Hi everyone, myself Kaish, and this episode is in sequence of learning Python for data science. So in this video, in this episode, we will learn about the numbers in Python. So let us see about the topics in this video we are going to learn. First of all, we will learn about the types of numbers in Python. Then we will learn basic arithmetic of that numbers, and after that we will learn difference between classic division and the floor division. Then after that we will learn object assignment in Python. So let us see about what are the types of numbers in Python. So basically we are going to learn only two topics, that are integers and floating point numbers. So integers are just whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Those are whole numbers, positive or negative. And floating point numbers in Python are notable because they have a decimal point in them. Every number in Python which have a decimal point like 2.0, minus 2.1, and which is an exponential. So the floating point number will be a number having a decimal point, or use an exponential to define that number, like 4e2, 4 times 10 to the power of 2. So as you can see here, 1, 2, minus 5, 1000s are integers, and 1.2 minus 0.5 2e2 are floating point numbers. Now let us see about the arithmetic of that numbers. So in Python, the Python programming language, we can use it as a simple calculator. So we will see what type of arithmetic we can use in Python. So we can perform addition like 2 plus 1. We can add two numbers in Python. As you can see, run this command, we can see 2 plus 3 is equals to 3. Sorry, 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. And we can also use Python as a subtraction. We can use subtraction arithmetic in Python using numbers. So 2 minus 1, when we run this command, we will get 1. We can use multiplication, 2 into 2 is equals to 4. We can use division. So here comes two divisions: division, simple division, and a floor division. So what is difference? So let us see what we get after uh, simple division. We will get 1.5, like 3 divided by 2 we'll get 1.5. And let us see what we will get in floor division, that is 7 floor 4. So here we will get 1. So what is difference between this 1.5 and 1? When we divide 3 by 2, this is a simple division, everyone knows 3 divided by 2 gives 1.5. And in floor division, when we divide 7 by 4, we should get 1 point something, but here we are getting only 1, because floor division means it will omit the part after the decimal. So as you can see here, the reason we get this result is because we are using floor division. In this case, we are using floor division. The operator, this floor operator, will truncates the decimal without rounding and returns the integer result. So as we can see more results like 5, 5 floor 2. And when we run this command, we will get a result without decimal. So 5 by 2 is equals to 2.5, but 5 floor 2 is only 2. We won't get anything after the decimal. Now let us see, if we want remainder, like 5 divided by 2, what should we get in the remainder when we divide 5 by 2? So for remainder, for getting remainder, we use modulo. Like as you can see, 7 modulo 4 gives the remainder when 7 is divided by 4, that is 3. You can uh, use some other numbers also, like 11 modulo 3. Let us see what we get here. So here we get 3, like 3 times 9, and 2 is the remainder. Now let us get some more arithmetic and see what other arithmetics we can use in Python using the numbers. Here is the power, like 2 to the power 3. What we will get after solving the arithmetic 2 to the power 3, like 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 3 times. So we should get here 8. And you can use the same power to get the root also, to get the square root, that is 4 to the power 0.5, that is 1 by 2, and we should get here 2 only. So we can use the power to calculate the powers of any given number, like x to the power y, then x star star y, and we can also get the roots also. Now we can perform some operations, some sequence of operations in Python, like 2 plus 10 into 10 plus 3. when we solve this, if you don't know how to solve it, please comment down below. I'll tell you how to solve it. But if you know the simple arithmetic, simple algebra, you can solve it like 10 into 10 100, and 2 plus 3 5, we should give 105. And you can use the parenthesis also to uh, perform the basic operation of arithmetic in Python using numbers. Like we can get the same operation here using the parenthesis. But in parenthesis the parenthesis will be solved first. 2 plus 10 is equals to 12, and 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. 12 into 13, 156 will get here. In this, simple algebra rule is used here. Simple algebra rule is used, like the multiplication will be done first, then the addition, and here the parenthesis is solved first. Now let us see about the variable assignments. How will assign some variables or number? First of all, let us see what the variable is. The variable is like a container. We will assign some values to it, and it will contain that value, and whenever we want to use that value, we can call that variable and we can easily use that. Like, let us see, a is a variable, we can call it a container. A is a container. Now we want to assign some value to it. We want to put some value to it, like a contains value 5. Now when we run this command, now the a contains value a. Now whenever we want to use a, like we want to print a, here we can print a and see what is the value of a. Here you can see the, when you run the command print a, it will print the value of a. Now along with the numbers, here I want to say I want to tell you, you can assign some characters or some strings to the variables also. Like I'm assigning the, here when this is used, like, and when you want to print a, the will be printed, sorry. Here when we run this command, the will be printed. So we can assign variables, either you can assign numbers to a variable or any character or any string. So a container may contain anything in Python. So now let us run a command, and we are actually learning about the numbers in Python. So we'll assign a number to the variable a. Let us assign a number 5 to a. Now when you run a plus a, now the container a, the container name is a, and it is actually a variable. We call it a variable. It contains value 5. Now whenever we want to use 5, whenever we want to use 5, we can use a other. So when a plus a is called, when we want to sum the value of a plus a, then we will get the result 10. 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. Now what happened when you reassign some other value to a? Now let us see what happened when you assign some other value. Like earlier we have 5, you can see here we have 5 assigned to a. Now we have reassigned, we run this command, and we have reassigned 10 to a. Now let us see if the value of a has been changed or not. Obviously it will be changed, like we are reassigning any new value to 10, like we are replacing 5 by 10. So we can do the reassignment like this. When we reassign some new value to any variable, the previous value will be deleted. So as Python allows to write over assigned variables names, we can also use the variable themselves when doing the reassignment. Here is an example, like we can use the reassignment like using the variables also. Like we have some variable b contains 9. Now run this command, and we have some other variable c. Let us see, c contains 6. Now let us see, we want to reassign the value of c to b. B will contains the value of c, and we can, now let us reassign the value of b with c, and when we print b, it will print the value of c, because the b now contains the value of c. It will print 7 simply. So we can do the reassignment like this. It is pretty obvious. We can assign the value with the variable's name. Like here the value of a is 10, actually, yeah, the value of a is 10. And let us reassign the value of a with a plus a. Now a is equals to a plus a, and when we run this command, when we actually print the value of a, it will print 10 plus 10 is equals to 20. Now let us see about some rules which are used to create the labels or variable names. So the first rule is, names cannot start with a number. Like I'm giving an example, like we are creating a variable name, that is a is equals to 10. Here the variable name is 1a, and it we are assigning 9 to 1a. When you run this command, we will see some error, because this is an invalid syntax. We can't start the name of a variable with a number. So keep in mind these rules are pretty obvious. We should know these rules, because if you don't know these rules and you are going to create some variables name, then it might be problem for you. You will get some error also. There can be no space in the name. So when creating some variable name, there should not be any space like 1a or ab. There is a space ab, and when you run this command, you will get some error. Like this is also invalid syntax. Instead of space, we can use underscore. When you use underscore, it is okay. The variable name can be a underscore b, and when you want to print, we can print it. Underscore b will give 9. And we can't use any of the symbol, any of the special symbol. These are the special symbol. Please keep in mind, uh, you should know about this special symbol. You can't use them as the variable name. Like I'm using any special symbol like this exclamation, and when you run this command, you will get an error. Yeah, command not found. Actually, we used to perform some command here with exclamation, to now use at the rate. And let us see what the, yeah, this is an invalid syntax. Now it is considered best practice that names are lowercase. So when you're writing some variable names, the best practice is to use the lower cases and avoid using, these are some best practice to write the variable names or label names. Use don't use lowercase l or uppercase letter o, and or I, uppercase I, as a single character variable. So don't use lowercase l or uppercase o or uppercase I as a single variable name. And most important thing is that avoid using words that have special meaning in Python, like list, string, and any other special character in Python, like del. Del is a special character. You can, false is a special character. Like when you send false 9, we should get an error, because this is a special character in Python and we can't make it as a variable. So there are some rules you should follow, and you should follow, because if you don't follow these rules, the variable's name will be incorrect and you will get some error. Now, and this is also a best practice for you. Like using variables name can be very useful to keep track of your different variables in Python. Like if you are dealing with some income, so right variable name is my income, my tax or tax, my taxes, my tax rate. So when someone, or after writing a code, you read this code, you will get to know, yeah, this is the income, this is the rate, this is the tax. So please run this command. So my income is equals to 100 and tax is equal to 0.1. So my tax will be multiplication of my income and tax rate. So run this command, and we can we can see here my taxes is 10. 100 into 0.1 is equals to 10. So guys, this was regarding numbers in Python. So in this lecture, we have learned about the numbers, what are the types of numbers, and what are the arithmetics performed on the numbers in Python, and what are some basic rules of writing a variable name, and how we can assign some value to a container that is a variable, and how we can reassign the values in a variable, and how we can assign a variable with another variable. So if you like this video, please share it to your friends, and if you have any problem regarding this tutorial, please comment down below. I'll try to solve your problem. And guys, this tutorial is in series of learning Python for data science. Now I'll be continuing with the next lecture of Python for data science. Thank you.